Dang. A secret underground channel certainly lives up to the name. So Highsmay has not joined us. I wonder if it's just gonna be like the three of us through the whole game. That sound. Someone's here. I see an item over there in the distance.
Come on, get the bait moving already. If that thing goes out of control, we'll be dinner.
Bait?
You can't run from us.
Please. Help.
The child yet lives.
Out of your jurisdiction now, aren't you? You're trespassers down here. And that means anything that happens to you is your own damn fault.
If you've got something to say it to our faces. Even you must feel the weight of what you've done.
Eyes up. Something stirs in the back.
Are these the monsters we heard about?
No. Further back. 'Tis the footsteps in the night.
The bigger that beast back there, the more its watchdogs start changing with it. One of them's gonna make a meal of you.
What has been happening here? Why do you kidnap the residents?
Why? Because premium bait's worth a fortune. I couldn't live on the wages of a guardsman forever.
You kidnap children for money? You utter scum!
This from a bloody-eyed you chief. Look to your own sins, sir. You weren't just stripped of your knighthood. You were exiled.
Okay, and you should have been.
You're a coward who's been living in the hole you deserve. Didn't pretend you can play at justice now.
You vile!
No, 'tis true in part.
I mean, you're allowed to live alone. That is your right. You're not harming anyone out in the wilderness.
'Tis why I stand here now. I ran from my past and turned away from my pain. You prey on innocent lives. Your sin will be repaid. Yet I cannot condemn you alone. Not when I could not see past my own suffering. Not when I locked myself away to be alone with my pain.
O lodestar, who falters in memory, O thou anguished traveler. Thy long stagnant stance hath finally been broken. Now choose thy path.
Choose? My choice is already made. You can't erase your past. All you can do is take it in hand and reshape your future.
Thank you. Thou hast chosen a noble parting. Henceforth, thy fears and insecurities are thy light. O lodestar, whose light reveals the king's own path, awaken.
What class is he gonna be? Or archetype? Ow. He is a bat.
I am Highsmay Noctul. I believe the arc of life depends not upon birth. By these hands, soiled or sinless, I fight!
Oh, it looks so awesome. Its head sack is a little odd, but the rest of it looks awesome.
Apologies, but I cannot do this alone.
Go! Rip them apart!
I'm gonna rip you apart, trash.
On guard! Morris, you will not escape me! Out of my way, fiends!
What's going on? He just started fighting with us. And even he awakened to his power.
Perchance 'tis through your influence that this power passed to him, Captain?
Yeah, it's contagious. Sorry about that.
Oh, is this what Moore was talking about?
Young man, you seem the most adept with this magic. I will strike at your direction, if you might spare it. Rest assured, I once stood among the Shadow Guard, and the years have not dulled my edge.
Okay. Dark sword, steel. Oh, and dark magic. Okay. And you're the thief. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, go dark sword it up. All right, so we do get a party of 4 though. That's
We can
nice.
do this.
I was kind of thinking we would be at a party of 3 for like the whole game.
Let's go.
Win.
Scour. I can't afford to hold back. I call upon royal power within. I'll cut you down. They die hard.
By the sworn
That one is
oath of
still
knighthood.
alive?
With
Jeez.
blade in hand!
How do you feel about light?
Shine! Only a flesh wound.
Okay, what do we know about
Looks
you?
like we can't brute force through this one.
I feel like it would not be weak to darkness. Like, I feel like that's dumb if it is weak to darkness.
Oh, power of kings!
I don't want to chance that.
Ha! Die!
The freedom
Because
of a
if
wanderer.
it is null to dark and I use that first, I lose all of my other turn icons. So we'll test that out when it's a little later in turn.
Seeker. Wind. Now, what's up? I shall vanquish evil. What?
Joel, you gotta aim
Really?
higher than that.
Really?
Think not.
Nice dodge. You had some fancy footwork, Joel.
Okay, well you made up for it.
Come!
How do you feel about
Free.
ice? You
Let us
don't
clean
like
up
it.
this mess.
Let's stay calm. I shall fight as the noble I am.
Whose turn is it? You? And then it's Hulkenberg?
Is everyone? Oh, power of heroes!
Hulkenberg got them right
Be
in their
neither
weak spot.
timid.
Okay,
Now
I just want to
accept
know.
your fate.
And it doesn't matter now if we lose our
Some
turn.
darker arts.
Oh, he like really is a ninja. He does hand signs and everything. Love it.
Satisfactory. I shall strive to use this power wisely.
Goodbye, doggos. Goodbye.
Stop! Damn! The bastard got away!
But the children are safe.
Good. You saved them, Heismay.
You know that I used to have a child of my own. My son. He was killed. I could not even protect my own flesh and blood. Who could call me a knight? Since then, I've wondered what I had left to live for, and found few answers.
Is that why you lived in such a dangerous place? That you might be...
We need to chase down Morris first. He said something kind of weird back there, didn't he?
Yeah, he was using them as bait.
Regarding the watchdogs, he said they gradually turned more horrific the more the monster grew.
Do you think that's the effect of the melancholia? I expect anything further in will be even more malformed then.
Oh, joy.
But why root all this in the basement of the lady's own domain? Clearly, someone is invested in Morris's efforts. But who would finance this?
I can't say for certain. Still, from the very beginning, this has felt beyond the realm of any sane, moral person.
I mean, any sane, moral person would not abduct children. So, yes.
And to think this started as a simple bounty contract. We've set foot in something far bigger, I think.
Let's get these poor youngsters back to Barden for now.
Ooh.
Sure.
We're a lot more popular. After saving the children, I can expect my support from the townspeople to grow.
You saved the wee ones' lives. We can't thank you enough.
It was
Oh.
thanks to your help, too.
I did not even get to see my options. We're grateful to you too, or had to be. I probably would have picked that anyway.
I know this is difficult to hear, but Morris had a hand in this the whole time. He confessed as much to us. Aye. I found out the man's been struggling to pay off all manner of gambling debts. I'll round up the guard and search the whole bloody castle for him.
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid you'd be outmatched. However, it would be a great help to us if your guards could prevent anyone from leaving the grounds.
Considering everything, I can't help but think the Lady Joanna's got to be in on this somehow.
But the woman is a respected sanctoress. Besides which, she's the one who funded the initial request.
I'll tell you this. Hard as we've looked, we can't find a sniff of Lady Joanna herself.
Like she's missing?
We're here for our own reasons. Whoever we find down there, we're not going to stay up late. Any objections? None for me. Do as you will, and I'll trust in Lady Joanna's innocence. Indeed, for all we know, the culprit may be holding her hostage.
In order to break the prince's curse, I'll need to make an impression during the tournament. I must accomplish something that would catch Louise's eye. Besides, I think we're the only ones who can handle getting to the bottom of this, and we'll do it. Not just for ourselves, but the town as well.
I too have a score that needs settling. I cannot let these atrocities continue, especially not in my name. I believe in you.
Yes, new ally, Haisme. Haisme, a traditional warrior burdened by his past, has become your ally.
Considering we're due in Oceania in a matter of days, we've little time to tarry here.
Our foes may be strong, but they're also trapped like rats in the basement. We'll use the old well to get in and out.
I left Haisme to calm down a little in the Gauntlet Runner as he wished, and decided to return to the inn with everyone else. Okay, it's nighttime, so we're going to have to sleep. I want to talk to them, but I will actually be right back. Hold on. All right, I am returned. Okay, let's see how far we can get into this killing Morris nonsense.
I'm in trouble now.
Joanna's absence troubles me. If 'tis true that there's a monster nearby, then we've not a moment to lose. Although it still remains to be seen whether she knew the guard corps were involved.
I'm in trouble now.
Damn it.
Morris, that jerk. Deceiving us is one thing, but kidnapping children? There's a storm coming, that's for sure. But we'll be at a disadvantage at night, so let's dive deeper in the Kriganti Castle basement tomorrow. What? That doesn't make sense. We're at a disadvantage at night? How so? It's underground. It's always going to be dark down there. There is no natural light. What does it matter if we go down there at night or during the day?
I'm in trouble now.
Pleasure to see you.
Hey there, traveler. Is our cuisine not to your taste? Tell me about Barden.
Oh, dear me.
Barden, he's the type of person who would bend over backwards for the good of the town. He's the one that brought you over here, isn't he? He's always been that way. Even before the kidnapping started, he'd do anything to help his people. He's always put his work first, which I hear has caused him some issues with his own family. Though I suppose I'm not in any position to gossip about that. Barden's family? That's the first I've heard of it. I wonder what happened to them. Barden should also join my
Pleasure to
team.
see you.
Why do you eat bugs? I would say it's simply because they're delicious, but I've met few outsiders who would agree. They're easy to harvest, and they're quite rich in nutrients. The giant sandworms are dangerous, but we feast upon their larvae. If you ask me, the delicacies of other cities are far stranger to me. For instance, I heard something from a peddler. Apparently, the people in Brylehaven eat fish in all sorts of ways, including completely raw. If you can believe it, my stomach churns just thinking about it. Hey, I love fish. I'm not terribly big on sashimi, but I love fish. Can I go outside? Or are they gonna be like, no, you can't?
Nonsense shite, this ass.
You know,
Okay, fine. Fine.
good night.
Rest well. I'll try. Late night was happening. Maybe because so much happened, but I'm finding it hard to sleep. Maybe I'll go back to the Gauntlet Runner and read in the evening breeze.
Can't sleep, lad?
Oh,
As it happens, I'm a bit restless myself.
was not expecting this to be voiced.
That a novel there? Don't see many carrying those around. Bit of an odd question, but what's your real aim as a group?
We're just a group of stragglers. I can't tell you just yet. Or we're a secret organization. I'll be honest with him that I can't tell him.
Sorry, but I can't tell you just yet.
Thought as much. In any case, suppose it's not my place to ask. Don't worry, lad. Just water. Back where I grew up, there was nobody like you lot. Just you, Jeeves. We've never been accepted by other tribes, and 'tis no mystery why. We're nocturnal, we look worlds apart, and there's so few of us. Not enough for any political sway.
No, but you're my new favorite tribe. I love bats.
Our elders only ever thought of short-term alliances. Loyalties changeable as the wind. We relied on their power, not ours, and resigned ourselves to that. Oh, I loathed it. Even as a child. I hadn't been cowed into considering myself lesser. I honed my skills, that the city's majority might accept me. And I'll not say it was fruitless. I was accepted into the knighthood of the royal capital. I felt like my fellows and strangers alike accepted me as an equal. Fool that I was. They never really wanted me among the true knights. Just in the Shadow Guard, where my deeds were dirtier and kept secret. Equal and lesser in the same breath. Ultimately, once my superiors realized I wouldn't abide their self-serving orders, they stripped me of the title I'd fought for. And little by little, I lost everything else.
Yep, people are trash.
My son died. I'd failed to protect him. And despite everything I felt, I'd resigned myself to being powerless. Just like the damned elders I'd hated so much. But you know, you lot have helped me realize something.
I had looked away from the screen for a second, so I wasn't reading his text. When he said elders, I thought he said eldas, and I'm like, what? Do you hate the Elda? No, he said elders. Everything is fine.
I'd thought for a long time that if I wanted to feel accepted, instead of being the eternal outsider, I'd need power, status, some mighty patron nobody could defy. I wasn't really looking to swear myself to some superior. I only wanted not to be alienated for who and what I am. I just needed allies. Friends.
I will be your friend.
Then from now on, we're friends.
A free spirit, are you? It'll be my pleasure, then.
The aloof hermit, Haizme. Within him dwells the virtue of the thief. Nurture thy bond with him, and a new power yet slumbering within thee may awaken.
Perhaps our fates are bound.
All right, the party can now study the thief. Okay. I can sense the heroic embodiment of the thief from Haizme. You can now study the thief in academia. Try seeing what new powers await you.
If my boy was still alive, he'd be about your age. Though he'd look absolutely nothing like you, of course. Long as we're both awake, might I have a look at that old novel of yours?
Sure. Everybody does.
So, this is a fantasy novel. This section seems to describe the Utopia's approach to discrimination. Let's see here. In this world, discrimination and inequality are forbidden by law. It is a sin to impose injustice due to one's appearance, lineage, or birth. This is the accord established between the people and the state. Well, well. What a world that would be. I don't imagine our land will get there for another century or 5. Still, I cannot help but wonder whether those ideals would please an entire population.
No, they wouldn't. People are inherently greedy. It's a thing.
You cannot pretend at diversity without acknowledging individual differences. Some will be judged as strong, while others marked as weak. Equal competition doesn't mean equal footing. Their very aims of freedom and balance could spell doom for the striving weak. I wonder how we might ever achieve a true utopia, where everyone could be happy. If this awakened power is meant to be wielded in service of my beliefs, then, no matter who calls it naive or foolish, I will always use it to save the weak.
It was getting late, so we decided to go back to the inn and sleep.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Excellent, we're all here.
So,
Today we explore the depths beneath the castle. Use caution as we've both Morris and monsters to contend with. If you don't think we can handle this yet, we can go somewhere else and build up our strength first. We still have time to prepare if we need it.
It's in your hands.
Indeed. I have only just been introduced to these new powers. Regardless, I leave the matter in your hands.
let's focus.
All right, apprehend the real kidnapper. We have until July 16th. The culprit behind the abductions must be found. It begins by finding the guardsman Morris, but I also need a mark for the exhibition. We must infiltrate Kriganti Castle. Okay. A mission with a deadline has begun. Meet up with your allies at Blindwell Alley to delve into Kriganti Castle's underground. Besides challenging the castle, you can also strengthen your party during the mission period by taking on requests in town or by improving your bonds with your followers. Storm the castle and apprehend the true culprit behind the kidnappings before the deadline passes.
The search begins.
Okay. There's something in the castle.
Really?
We need to head over to Blindwell Alley. From there, we can investigate what's going on at the castle. Today, lots of stores are having sales, so it might be a good idea to do some shopping.